This government meeting is brought to you by Eastworks and our local cable subscribers.
Hello, calling to order appointment Easthampton City Council Appointment Committee on March 9th at 4 p.m. Present is Councillor Riley, Councillor Gomez, and City Clerk Barb LaBombard. We have minutes to approve from February 23rd. Take a motion.
So move.
Okay.
And seconded.
Second. Omar.
Aye.
Brad.
Aye.
And I am an aye. So they're accepted into the record. Thank you. I don't see anyone from the public that, unless Barb, you want to comment on something that's not in the agenda.
No.
Okay, I don't think so. All right. So I'm going to share my screen. I did the. There we go. So the Affordable and Fair Housing Partnership is the first. Well, actually, let's do the reappointments first, since Barb's here. We have two reappointments up, City Council reappointments. That's Barb LaBombard, the City Clerk, and Marianne Giza, City Clerk, Assistant City Clerk.
Better change that to assistant.
Yes, yeah, better not jump you out of a job here. Assistant City Clerk. Don't have much to say except for I appreciate all the services that both Barb and Marianne provide to the city. And I'm really happy to recommend a reappointment. Does anyone want to make a motion?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and make a motion.
Do you want to say something, Barb?
No, not really. I guess I'll give you another 3 years and then not so sure.
Okay, all right.
But we won't say for sure yet, but this could be my swan song, but time will tell.
Okay. Well, we'll take it. We'll take the 3 years. Okay, go ahead, Brad.
So I will make a motion to approve both Barbara LaBombard and Marianne Giza to their city clerk appointment and assistant city clerk appointment with expiration dates on March 31st, 2025.
Okay, and just so you know, we're recommending their appointment. We're not approving it.
Yes, sorry, recommending. Yep, correct.
Okay. And
Second.
Okay, Brad,
Aye.
Omar,
Aye.
Lindsay, aye. So there we go.
Okay.
3 more years. Well, we're
All right.
recommending. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, and don't. When you make your little report, don't say that I said that. Just.
Oh, I won't say anything.
Okay.
I was just saying.
Even though I know that this is recorded and all that. But.
Yeah, and lots of people watch it, trust me.
Yeah.
But I was just saying that I'm going to actually just start forwarding this document along to you for the meetings, because
Okay.
that way I found like it will be a more equitable report, because sometimes I just whatever
Right.
comes to mind. So
Sure. Yep. Just send it by tomorrow.
okay,
Okay. All right.
thank
I'm
you.
gonna
Barb.
go.
See
See
you,
you
Barbara.
later.
Thank you. Take care.
Yep.
Bye. So we had 2 appointments for affordable and fair housing, and I got 2 letters. I thought we'd just take the time do you guys want to do a read? Let's see. So this is from Kiam Jamrag McQuaid. He says, and they say, Councillor Rothschild, I hope you're well. I'm sadly unable to attend. It's earlier than I thought. I have a work conflict. However, I'm happy to provide answers to the questions you provided. So the first one, why are you interested in serving on this committee board? Brad, will you read the answer? I'm my teacher. Brad, will you do some reading?
Yeah. All right. So Kiam writes, I think housing is a central part of our lives as members of a community. As I have learned in my public administration classes during my undergrad studies, housing provides access to other forms of community capital. This gives residents the ability to help and get help from the community in which they live. The Easthampton Affordable and Fair Housing Partnership seems to also be committed to keeping Easthampton an affordable place to live for both renters and homeowners. I think it's super important for people who grew up here to be able to afford to stay here, and I would love to be a part of that work. I would also like to mention that I am a lifelong resident of Easthampton and have been in the market to buy a home. This has helped further illuminate to me the issues with affordability and availability in Easthampton and the Pioneer Valley in general.
Okay, good. And what ways do you see yourself being able to contribute to this committee? Marla, he's reading someone else's answers, so just so you know what's happening.
All right, so then he goes on to write, I have an undergraduate educational background in integrative studies, combining my interest in sociology and anthropology with an added rigorous music curriculum. The social sciences side of my degree is a demonstration of my commitment to looking at larger societal trends and working to understand the mechanisms at play. While I do not have a professional background in housing or nonprofit work, I am actively working towards getting into the public policy field and currently applying to graduate programs. Go Kiam. I also think that my professional background in graphic design and marketing will bring a unique skill set to the partnership. I could definitely see myself running a social media page, launching awareness campaigns to get the word out about resources available to Easthampton renters and homeowners.
Oh, that's good. What ways does Kim engage with the Easthampton community?
And then he says, I mostly engage with the community through my involvement with activism in local politics. I volunteered with the Alex Morse and Ed Markey campaigns in 2020, as well as the Bernie Sanders 2020 primary. I follow the local municipal meetings as well, wanting to be up to date and participate democratically as much as I can. And then he goes on to say, I hope this helps to outline why I want to join the Easthampton Affordable and Fair Housing Partnership, and I look forward to serving.
Good. You're in that partnership. Do you know Kim?
So I actually do from the campaign this past summer. He and his partner stopped by one of my tables and we had a pretty long discussion about, just different things that are going on in Easthampton. So, I know that there's definitely been interest in being engaged for, at least since the summer. So it's nice to see that someone wants to get involved. Also, I think someone, from his age group wanting to get involved at this stage in his career is also really helpful as well. And I know that Jana and Jackie and Kate are really good at taking people under their wings. So I'm sure that he will be successful.
Great. And then the next person is Kate Bannigan White, and she's also an appointee to the Affordable and Fair Housing Partnership. Do you feel like reading, Councilor Gomez? You don't have to, but if you feel like it. Otherwise, I will.
I think also Riley is better than me reading all the time.
He's good at it. Just,
Yeah,
getting different voices.
good.
All right. So for Kate Bannigan White. Dear Lindsay, Rothschild, and committee, thank you for inviting me to your committee meeting this afternoon. Unfortunately, I will not be able to be present, but I will gladly respond to your questions. So for that first question, Kate's answer is, a common issue with which I have worked in housing includes immediate shelter, affordable housing, and affordable housing that can accommodate specific circumstances. I'm interested in serving Easthampton, taking these experiences with me so as to advocate for an affordable community in which we can all flourish. The work of the Affordable and Fair Housing Partnership aligns with my interests and experience, not to mention my passion for an affordable, accessible community. I believe that affordable housing is a right, not just for the lucky few. I think we have to work together as a community to understand the importance of housing equality as something beneficial to the entire city's sense of vibrancy and fairness. I'm looking forward to this new experience. And then for question 2, she writes, my social work experience for the last 18 years includes a lot of teamwork. I've always worked with a team to assist individuals and families in their struggle to improve their life circumstances. I am skilled at working with multidisciplinary teams. You sure you don't want to tag in, Omar? Behavioral Health Network's crisis team in Holyoke and Springfield, clinical and support options, hospital and community crisis team based in Northampton. And for the last 8 years, working on an interdisciplinary team at Cooley Dickinson Healthcare, doing outreach to primary care patients with complex medical and social needs. She goes on to write, I enjoy working with groups as the individual work of a social worker is always enhanced by the collaboration with others. Again, as a social worker at Cooley Dickinson in particular, housing comes up again and again as one of the primary barriers to coping with one's medical, social, substance abuse, etc. issues. I have learned about how parts of the system work and how it is for an individual or family to cope with the intricacies of settling into permanent housing. I've been able to give support and in collaboration with community health workers to provide practical help. And then the last question was, I have lived in Easthampton for just under 20 years. I've been very involved with the schools from elementary through high school. I've assisted with all school events, the music program, and was a core volunteer when We the People first reemerged as a class and competition at Easthampton High School. Very cool.
Mhm.
I did this when my daughter was young and before and after I became a single parent. I also volunteered on 3 school building campaigns over the last 20 years. For 19 years, I have volunteered at the Interfaith Cot Shelter in Northampton, which serves the Easthampton community as well. Now that my daughter is grown and at college, I would like to participate in my community in a different way, and as always, in the spirit of collaboration. Thank you for your time and consideration, Kate Bannigan White.
By the
Okay.
way, her daughter played for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, Charlotte. Yes, I know her. Yeah.
And
Nice.
she used to live, I should say, I used to live across the street from them, but I live around the corner from them. So yeah, I know Kate's very compassionate and involved person also
Sure.
in the community.
Mhm.
So great. It looks like the Affordable Fair Housing Partnership is bulking up. That's great.
Yeah, it is. It's nice to see.
So I will entertain a motion now for these two.
Okay, so I will make a motion to recommend Kiam Jamrog McQuaid and Kate Bannigan White to the Affordable and Fair Housing Partnership with term expirations set for December 31st, 2023.
I'll second that.
And Council Riley,
Aye.
Council Gomez,
I say yes.
and I, so 3-0, we recommend them to recommend their appointments to the full council. Okay, let's move along here. We've got Marla. I think I saw Marla come in. Marla is up for the CRC and she's here to talk with us in person, but I did also get a letter from one of the co-chairs that she said that she's met and socialized with Marla on numerous occasions. This is from Emily Britton because she lives across the street from me and I know her to be a truly empathetic person. She shared her interest in the committees when I mentioned my work on it, stating that the CRC was the committee she had her eye on and was interested in joining when she had time. She now has time and I'm delighted that she has indeed applied. I trust she will be a valuable member. So here we are. Hi, Marla.
Hi, everybody.
How are you? So what made you
How are you?
interested in serving on this particular committee?
Yeah, well, as I mentioned in my letter, I've lived now in Easthampton just a short time. We moved at the end of 2018, although I lived in the valley 35 years. And, we chose Easthampton because it's a smaller community around here, but still very vibrant and a lot of change going on and a lot of, business activity as well as community activity. And let me just say that where I am, my internet connection is not the best. So let me know if you don't hear me or if I stall out. I'll try to be succinct in what I'm saying. But and then, COVID came and it was really hard to get involved in the community, particularly, but I've been thinking about, and then I retired last year. So I wanted to find some way to get more involved in the community. And I had some experience with the school system because when I was working at 5 colleges, I had an advisory board, and Julianne Levin at the school, high school, was part of that group. And so was able to learn a little bit about, what happened at the high school a few years ago in terms of racist incidents, et cetera, and what the school systems were trying to do to overcome that. So got a little bit of a flavor of some things that are going on. And now as a resident, of course, I can see the divides, sort of old guard, new guard, young versus, those of us who are retirees who find Easthampton a desirable place. And I really have had experience in, but also really believe in being intentional about trying to bring community together. And so when I found this committee that is exactly working on that, I got very excited about it and decided to apply.
Great. And the second question is, what specific skills or experience do you feel that you have to contribute to this committee? You might have already partly answered this, but if you want to add more.
Yeah. Well, I've worked a lot internationally and also in intercultural relations through my career at the School for International Training. And I believe I bring those kinds of understandings that come from a career like that into this environment. I would like to kind of apply those skills in my own town. And so, that's something that I think I can bring to this as well. And Emily actually mentioned to me that the committee has been looking at collecting data and trying to, reach out more to community members and see how they're feeling about inclusion and their ability to get involved in all of those things. And I have some experience also collecting data and analyzing data, and I think data is a really good thing to have to really understand what's actually happening in a community. So I would be happy to help out with whatever the committee is doing in that regard. And I've taken myself, I think also they've been, at least in the documentation I could find, they've been talking about maybe doing, what's that?
That was my dog screaming, sorry.
Okay. They've been talking about doing something in the community that's related to maybe anti-racism training. And I've participated myself in trainings with UROC, the Undoing Racism Organizing Collective in Western Mass, and Healing Racism. And so I want to continue my own learning, and I would like to be able to bring those experiences to bear as well in this context. Yeah, I think that's probably.
Yeah. Thank you. My brother's an SIT grad in graduate school.
Really? No kidding. What year?
Well, within the last 10, I don't know. It's hard for me to keep track of anything.
Okay.
Sustainable development, I think.
Yeah, that's what I taught in. But
Alexander Scott.
What's that?
Alexander Scott.
Vander. Sounds familiar.
Yeah.
I left in
Dreadlocks.
2013, but yeah.
All right. Nicaragua was his focus area. Anyway, so, and the last question, and you've mentioned some of this, but feel free. What ways have you currently gotten involved in Easthampton or surrounding communities?
Well, through my work, I've worked with a lot of the school systems in the area. So, I have that perspective and kind of understand a bit about how all of that operates in our region, both differences between towns and things that, we have in common as a region in terms of the challenges that we face when, as I mentioned in my letter, I was working on this project to try to diversify the teacher workforce in Western Mass. And that was a super important project, one that's ongoing and very challenging. So that's, one way that I've been involved with schools and communities in this area. I well, we love to try to do as much of our entertainment here in Easthampton and participate in events, including, this may sound funny for retired people, but we like to support like young people doing their sports events. So we've gone to some of the high school games.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and hope to do more of that in the future. Yeah, that's been kind of it so far, and which is one of the reasons why I've been wanting to get more involved.
Well, welcome to Easthampton. We've been excited to see a lot of people that are new residents joining committees like in their first couple of years here. So that's pretty cool. And then as well, like we just had an affordable fair housing person who grew up here. So it's like the whole range. It's really exciting to see. This committee, as you know, they've been getting their sea legs for a while. It's just they were getting started and then the pandemic hit, and so it's nice to see that there might be some traction with some activity. So thank you for coming forward to volunteer to serve. Would I entertain a motion now if you guys are ready?
Do you want me to
I mean,
go
before
away?
making,
or-
No,
No.
you can sit right here, watch us.
Okay.
before making a motion, can I make a comment?
Oh yeah, sure, of course.
Thank you. Marla, thank you for stepping up, right? And being volunteer for this committee, that I think this committee is one of the committee that will be really challenged in the few next years. I think they have a lot of responsibility in our community, and me talking as a Latino, right? This community relation committee, I think, have a lot of stuff to do. And I have to say thank you for supporting the kids at school and going to the sport event. As a former coach from the high school, I appreciate that. We always want the community to be part of it and support the students, at least at the school level. Thank you.
Thanks. Well, I have to say that when at our last election, you know, when we were all going into the high school voting, masked and all of that, and I ran into you, Omar, outside of the thing. You're my precinct person, and also Connie Denham, she was a student of mine at SIT many years ago.
Oh,
Encouraged me, also encouraged, you know, us to get involved, and so I'm glad that you did.
Thank you.
Thank you.
okay. There's no more comments. I'll entertain that motion.
I will move to recommend to the full council, to Marla Solomon, to the Community Relation Committee, expiration day, December 31st, 2022.
Seconded.
Councilor Gomez.
Before that, Chairwoman, I just want to add the expiration date is 2022 because she is just finishing a term of another CRC member who
Okay.
resigned, and that's what is 2022.
Okay.
But I say yes.
Okay, thank you.
And then an aye
Councilor-
from me as well.
Okay, an aye for me. So there you go. We're recommending you 3-0, Marla. What happens next is we take our recommendations to the full council, which is next Wednesday, and then the full council votes on it. And then you'll get sworn in after that by the mayor's office. So
Great.
that's the route.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Question?
Yeah.
What happens at the end of 2022, since I'm completing it?
Usually,
There's one.
if you want to continue, and you know, then the mayor can just reappoint you at that time
Okay,
for a full term.
got it. Okay, okay.
Yep.
And I'll sheet of paper that's up on your screen share
Yeah,
that maybe you don't have my letter that I
I
wrote.
think because the
Do you
mayor,
have-
the letter that went to the mayor's office.
Yeah,
Yeah, these are the emails that people wrote me, but the council has your, I don't think they have a letter. Let me see what they have. They have your application, but.
yeah, it was all one document.
Yeah, we don't have your letter. That goes to the mayor's office, so.
Okay,
Because she's
I mean-
the one appointing you, and then we
got it.
confirm the appointment. Yeah.
Okay, I was just thinking if you have, it's gone astray, I could provide it again, but
Okay, no, sure, email it to me and I will include it, because what I do is I provide this kind of these notes to the full council. So yeah, go ahead and email it to me and I'll include it.
okay, great.
Thank you.
Thank you all very much.
All right, take care, Marla. Thank you.
Take
Take
care.
care.
Bye-bye.
And who do we have here? Are you Mary or Ruth?
No, she's none of them.
Neither of them? Oh.
I think she is a member of the
Housing Authority?
Board. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So Ruth wrote me back, and this is good to see. She's assuming the seat dedicated for a union member, and Barb had wanted me to make sure that that was the case, because I know when Councilor Brad was trying to come on this Housing Authority, that was the issue. So I'll read Ruth's letter. Dear committee members, I'm applying to join the Easthampton Housing Authority, assuming the seat dedicated for a union member. I'm an Easthampton resident of 15 years. I live in precinct 2. I'm also a member of the Massachusetts Teacher Association and a delegate to the Western Mass Area Labor Federation. I'm a longtime advocate for workers' rights and support of organized labor. I teach at UMass Amherst, and I'm a steward at Massachusetts Society of Professors, the Union of Faculty and Librarians. My background in the labor movement, as well as my experience of over 20 years of teaching and public education, has given me skills that I believe will be valuable to the committee. I listen with deep attention before responding to questions and concerns. I am adept at drawing out voices from a wide range of people with a wide range of opinions and building consensus. In my work in the labor movement, I have sought to bring together labor and community members. I have helped campaign for pro-worker local candidates and legislation, and regularly organize and attend MTA community forums. With Lydia Wood, Executive Director of the Western Mass Area Labor Federation, when Lydia told me about the opportunity to join the Housing Authority, I knew it was in keeping with the labor community work I've committed myself to. I've contributed to building fair and inviting classrooms and workplaces, and I would like to now offer my skills to my immediate Easthampton community. That said, I anticipate that I will also have much to learn from the engaged and experienced council and committee members that serve Easthampton. I am enthusiastic about the opportunity to serve on the authority. Thank you for your consideration, Ruth Jennison. Anyone comments from anyone?
I just want to make a comment that I called this morning to check if she was part of the union, and the mayor's office said yes. They have the information about that. And the other question that I made this morning too is why the expiration day of the term is December 31st, 2022, is because the same. This person is just completing a term of someone else, and as soon that is over, the mayor have the discretion of appointing this person again, reappoint this person again. So that's why the expiration day is December 31st, 2022.
Okay, thank you. There's no other comments about Ruth. I did not hear back from Mary Church, so does anyone know Mary or have any comments? I was going to I have the application. Let me just find it.
The only thing that I know for sure is I believe that Mary is actually a resident at one of the properties, and I know that that is in housing authorities, it's a coveted role. If we can find residents from the properties, that's a great benefit. So
she lives at 31. She lives on Echo Lane. Is that one of the properties?
Yep.
Yes, I see nodding over there.
Yeah, you're correct, Councilor Riley.
Yeah.
Both. She lived there, and I'm pretty sure one of the members for the housing authority has to be a resident, and that's why the mayor choose this person to be a part of that board.
And on her application, she says her background in finance, experience managing rental properties, and concern for the welfare of her neighbors would serve the board in a positive manner. So if there's no other comments, I can take a motion for both of these. Is there your our hello guest. Your name isn't on your profile, so wasn't sure if you were coming to speak to these appointees. So. No. Okay. All right. Does anyone want to make a motion?
Yeah, I will make a motion to recommend Ruth Jennison and Mary Church to the Housing Authority Board with, actually, let me start that over because there's two separate dates. So I will make a motion to recommend Ruth Jennison to the Housing Authority with a term expiration date of December 31st, 2022. And then also Mary Church to the Housing Authority with a term expiration date of December 31st, 2026.
Second.
And Councilor Riley,
Aye.
Councilor Gomez,
I say aye.
and I'm an aye, so that's 3-0. We're recommending those two to the Housing Authority. Okay. I didn't hear back from James or James. So I don't have anything to add right now. They might still, I got to them pretty late. So that if someone didn't get back to me, that might be the reason. And I can, if they do get back to me, I'll include it when we go to the full council, but I will look at just what their applications say. James Ramsey from Parks and Rec. He's been on Parks and Rec already for over, he says for over 15 years.
Yeah, I thought so. The name sounded familiar.
Why is he an appointment, not a reappointment? Did he leave and come back?
It's because I guess they expire probably a year ago, and because of COVID, I think everybody forgot about it. It's something like that, and that's why she's appointed it again as member of the party.
New appointment. Okay, so he wants to continue the mission of making improvements for the Easthampton community. He's been on the board and served on the hiring committee, and he selected John Mason years ago. So there you go. That's James Ramsey, and then I'm gonna do the Veterans Council, James. This is great. The Veterans Council, we're getting new people every week, so
yep.
Should be let's see what his says. James, he heard about it from a friend. He wants to keep helping veteran causes. That's all I have there. Okay. Do you guys have anything you want to discuss about these two? Okay. All right. Well, I'll entertain a motion.
I will move to recommend the appointment of James Ramsey for the Park and Rec Commission for the expiration term of 12/31/2023, and James Hickson for the Veteran Council for the expiration until 12/31/2023 to the full council.
And seconded.
Okay, Councilor Riley.
Aye.
Councilor Gomez.
Say aye.
And I'm an aye, so it's 3-0 to recommend those two appointments. I think we covered everybody. Oof.
Yep.
I just wanted to make the announcement too. And thank you, Councilor Gomez, for going to the farmers market this Sunday. That's going to be awesome. Laura Fisher, who's on the Agricultural Commission, has really been pushing this forward. I've been working with her. We've been trying to do it for a while, and then COVID, keeps rearing its head. But I think we're going to make it happen. So this is going to be a regular. We're going to be at the 2 farmers markets in March. I'll be at the next one with her. Councilor Gomez is going to be at this one for the first 2 hours with Laura Fisher, and she's going to have information for people how to apply to committees and have a list of current vacancies. And we just want to be out there and about as there's in the public more, and just getting more people engaged and demystifying what this committee board work is all about. So, and I'll keep you posted, because I know you said you'll serve at a table too, Councilor Riley, and other committees and board members.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I loved doing that towards the end of the summer. I think the end of the summer, maybe, at the cultural music.
The Mill Pond Live.
Yeah, yeah, Mill Pond, yeah. So yeah, anytime you want me to do things like that, I'm totally down for it. It's a lot of fun. And it's just a great way to socialize, get some fresh air.
Sure. All right, is there any more comments? And does anyone make any comments?
Motion to adjourn.
Okay, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
All right, and then seconded.
Okay, Counselor Gomez,
All right.
Counselor Riley,
Aye.
and I, so we are adjourned here at 4:34.
This government meeting is brought to you by Eastworks and our local cable subscribers.